Good morning, everybody. I am piggybacking basically 10 seconds after ending last week's vlog, but for those of you that are just joining me, welcome to this week's reading vlog. I am participating in April both in Realmathon, which is a military fantasy based readathon for the entire month of April, as well as this year's Orillium Academy semester, which is hosted by G from Book Roast. Realmathon is hosted by Covers by Cassidy, and like I said, Orillium is hosted by G from Book Roast. I'll leave all the information for that down in the description for you guys if you are interested. And this week I'm going to try to get done quite a few things. First of all, I need to finish the book I started yesterday, which was The Mothers by Brit Bennett. I'm 57% of the way through, and I think I can get through the rest of it today, provided I get, a good enough time to read it during like my breaks, my lunch, and then this evening. And then I would also like to start this week and hopefully finish The Well of Ascension by Brandon Sanderson. I am very much behind on my reading schedule for this month already, which it's fine. I just had a few days in April, specifically last week, where I had really bad mental health days because work was very overwhelming for me, and I just didn't prioritize reading. I would like to try to get The Well of Ascension done by the end of this week, and then also by the end of this week start The Fires of Heaven, which is my next Wheel of Time book. Oh, I almost forgot to mention, The Well of Ascension is the second book in the Mistborn series, the Final Empire series, whatever you want to call it. This is part of a read-along I am doing with my friends Princess from Castle Library, Bree from Bree Cherie Reads, Brandy from Books with Brandy Shanae, and Bonnie from Books with Bonnie. They are hosting a Brandon Sanderson read-along. I will leave that information down in the description as well for you guys to check out if you would like. In March, I read Mistborn, and I really enjoyed it. I was very surprised how much I liked it because I've never read a Brandon Sanderson book before this one, but I loved the story. I loved the world that there was, and the ending of Mistborn shook me to my core. So I'm very excited. Oh goodness, Oscar definitely is mad at me that I'm talking so loud while he's supposed to be napping. But The Well of Ascension, I'm so excited to get back into because I would like to know what is happening. And we just had the live show for Mistborn this past Saturday, and I'm really excited to delve into The Well of Ascension here fairly quickly after that. And then, like I said, The Fires of Heaven, I would like to get through for this month's Wheel of Time book. This one is going to be interesting because I did take a break from the Wheel of Time for a couple of weeks after finishing The Shadow Rising. I definitely feel like I am refreshed enough after having read a few books away from this that I can go back into the series and feel a little bit more involved, because I definitely feel like in March reading 3 books in the Wheel of Time series almost back to back to back definitely did not help. I think that it was not the smartest thing for me to do because I got very lost in a lot of places in books 3 and 4. I'm trying to be kinder to myself with that because my mental health, like I said last week, was really rough, mostly because I feel like I was being pulled in so many different directions with work and life that I did not really have any good work-life balance. And the end of this past week, I was really motivated to get myself on a better schedule with that. So I'm doing my best. Please forgive me if I don't update very often in these vlogs because I'm trying to prioritize my mental health. And so that sometimes means I don't film for a few days for vlogs and stuff, and I have to just catch you guys up. And and I'm, again, like I said before, I am not an aesthetic person. I don't film aesthetic clips very often because it takes a lot of effort and a lot of pre-planning, and I don't always think of that stuff right off the top of my head. I am not somebody who is, I think, visually able to think of those things as I'm filming stuff. So there's that. The best you get is when I remember to do a time lapse of me reading and maybe making a cup of coffee in the morning. I don't really have anything other than that. So y'all are gonna have to be okay with that, which I know most of you are. So, and those of you that are okay with that, I appreciate you. Thank you very much, because I definitely feel like a lot more of my personality comes through when I do my reading sprints on Saturdays. So that's always a fun time, which if you don't hang out with me on Saturday nights for reading sprints, you definitely should. It's a fun time. I have a good time. My friends that join me have a great time. So you should join. It's good. It's fun. It's 4 hours of reading and chit-chatting and having a good time and having a good weekend, basically. So anyway, with that being said, I'm going to head out. I'm going to finish my break that I'm on. I need to go get another drink because I am out of coffee, and I'm going to just chill. I'm not going to read during the rest of this break because I only have like 5 minutes basically of this break left before I got to get back to work. And so I'm going to just chill, have a good time, and we'll kind of see where we get up to. And hopefully I can get the Mothers done by the end of this evening and at least get started maybe reading like the first chapter of the Well of Ascension. I think that's possible. We'll see. Hey guys, I gotta be really quick because I have to go into a meeting here soon, but last night I did end up finishing The Mothers by Brit Bennett, and my pretty in-depth thoughts on this that are similar to what I said in last week's vlog are in my Wheel of D20 vlog, which I just finished wrapping up here. But today I am going to be finally starting the Well of Ascension, and technically I was supposed to be able to finish it today with my reading schedule. It's not going to happen. I think that basically I'm going to be playing a little bit of catch-up, but that's okay because my plan was for this week to get through the Well of Ascension and then the Fires of Heaven, which both are pretty chunky books. I think it's possible for me to get through both, or at the very least get through the Well of Ascension and most of the Fires of Heaven by the end of the week. So I don't know, we'll see how things go, but I am very excited to get through the Well of Ascension because ever since I sat down and watched the end of the live show for Mistborn with Princess Bonnie, Brandy, and Bree, I've been like chomping at the bit to get to the Well of Ascension. So anyway, I have to, like I said, get into a meeting here really soon, but I'm just letting you guys know that this is where I'm at today. I do want to get through a good chunk of it. I feel like I could manage to get through like maybe the first 100 pages, 150 pages or so. And yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say at this point. But oh, The Mothers, I gave a 4 to 5 stars to overall. Really, really enjoyed it. Very proud of the fact that I actually managed to get through this one. And I actually feel like I just had a really interesting like thought process go on as I was reading this. Like I will say I feel like I didn't care for the ending as much, but it's fine. Not everything has to end in a way that I believe it needs to. Like there's certain reasons why things end the way they do, but I don't know. Anyway, I do have to get into this meeting, so I will talk to all of you guys later when I've hopefully made some progress in the Well of Ascension. Hi, it's now Monday, the 18th. It's 8:45 in the morning, and I have no idea when it was the last time I updated you guys. Short, sweet, and to the point, I have done no reading really this week at all. I think the last thing I updated you with was when I finished The Mothers. I think I finished The Mothers, and that was it. I don't know what to tell you. This past week, I really needed to take a break. I, for some reason, just was overwhelmed with this need to just stop doing a bunch of stuff, which included editing, included filming, included reading. And it wasn't like awful. I actually feel like I really needed it because it's getting warmer here, and so when it gets warmer here in Michigan, it gets a little crazy with like my allergies, and I just don't feel great, all these things. So I am grateful that I did take a little bit of a break this past week from doing stuff, but to make up for that, guys, I have a small book haul I'm willing to share with you. So I, on Saturday, went to visit a friend of mine because one of my friends has not necessarily been feeling the best either. And so I thought that Saturday would be nice for us to go get lunch and go do a little bit of shopping. So we went over to this independent bookstore that is pretty much only exclusive in my area and in Grand Rapids, Michigan, which is Schuler Books. It is, like I said, local and independent in Grand Rapids and also in Okemos, Michigan. So if you ever get a chance, if you're in the Grand Rapids area or you're in the Lansing area of Michigan, please go to the bookstore. It is super cute and super fun. They have a very great selection of things, and they also have an entire used section that is absolutely wonderful that gets updated very regularly. I find a lot of great items. Like honestly, it is one of the bookstores I go to the most when it comes to used books, and they're just really nice people. They're honestly some of the best booksellers I've ever, encountered. But let me show you guys what I ended up getting. So I got some new, some used things. So first thing, I saw this and I was shocked because I didn't even know that there was going to be a 5th book in this series, but I got Arusha and the Nectar of Immortality by Roshani Chokshi. I thought there were only going to be 4 books in this series, but this is book 5. So I was really shocked to see that this was there, and I have all 4 of the other books, and so I was like, you're coming home with me, this is mine. So I got that one. In the used book section, I found The Rose and the Dagger by Renee Ahdieh, which is the 2nd book in the Wrath and the Dawn duology. And I have been searching for this for literally months. Like, ever since I finished The Wrath and the Dawn, I have been searching for this, and I've never been able to find it, no matter where I've looked. New stores, used bookstores, I could never find it ever. And I love this cover. I think that this cover is absolutely stunning. So I was really excited to find this in the used section. Also in the used section, I did find a copy of Again But Better by Christine Riccio. I don't even know if I'm gonna like this, but I have heard some people say it's okay as far as a contemporary, and I specifically bought it used too because I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like it really that much. I would rather, you know, not spend as much money on like a new copy as I would on a used one, especially since I'm not sure I'm gonna like it. It's a little banged up here and there, but you know, it's whatever, it's a used book. But hopefully at some point when I get to reading this, maybe I'll enjoy it. I don't know. I've heard some kind of hit or miss things with that one in particular. Also, for $7, I found Riot Baby by Tochi Onyebuchi, which I've heard nothing but great things about. So I saw this and I was like, you're coming home with me as well, because I'm not gonna pass up a book for $7 like that. And then the last used book I got was Cersei by Madeline Miller. I recently obtained Song of Achilles, and I really wanted to have Cersei as well, but I couldn't find Cersei wherever I was like looking for it, but because it's been like super popular since it's been making its rounds on Book Talk. But I did find it in the used section, so I was very happy to get my hands on this one. The last book that I got, that was the only other new book I got, was the 6th book in the Miss Peregrine series, The Desolations of Devil's Acre. I do have the other books in this series like physically, and this is a fairly new one, so I really, really enjoy this series. I have so much fun reading it. Like, I read the first 3 books and just fell in love with it all. And I know that like the trilogy kind of by its own was supposed to be its own thing, but I am kind of excited to see where the other 3 books in this series end up going. So I did grab this one because I wanted to complete the series kind of like I did with Arusha, where I just wanted to have like the last books in the series as of yet. I think that this one just got published last year. Yeah, it was published in 2021. So I don't know if there's going to be another one after this. I have no idea if that's going to be the case. I'm curious to see if he does, what else there going to be, because I haven't even read, you know, the 4, 5, or this one, so I don't know whether or not it's gonna, you know, warrant another book to come out in the series or not, but obviously there's enough where he feels like he has to keep going with the story, so I'm not gonna complain, honestly. But that's the small book haul that I did on Saturday. I didn't spend really too much on it compared to what I think I would have, especially because 4 of these are used, so I got them at like reduced price, which was awesome. But again, also, like, if you are in the Lansing or Grand Rapids area in Michigan, if you're ever coming to visit for whatever reason, definitely go check out the Schuler's stores. They are super, super awesome. But with that being said, that's where I'm going to end this vlog for today, because I needed a break, I think, this week. I'm going to try my hardest to get started with the Well of Ascension today. I had to give up the audiobook though because I held it on for too long, and it's going to be like a 6-week wait for me to get it back. So I don't know whether or not I'm going to get like the Audible audiobook or what, but I'd like to be able to start the Well of Ascension because I feel like I need to. I'm very behind on my reading schedule. Honestly, it's fine because the most important thing I needed to get done was my Wheel of D20 stuff, which I did. I completed that this month. So that's 3 books I've read this month. That's a great, you know, wrap up, you know, by itself. It's fine. I completed some books. That's all I care about. And honestly, I'm trying to be a little bit kinder to myself when it comes to falling behind on things, because I have been struggling with that. And one of the ways I'm trying to help myself, like what I talked about last week, was that I'm really trying to give myself to have that space away from doing stuff on YouTube every now and then, just because I definitely feel like that this time of year weighs heavy on me for some reason. Every year around April, I get a little kind of bogged down, and I don't really know why that is. It just seems like April is always like a really weird month for me, and so I'm just trying to take it easy as best I can, do what I absolutely am able to do, and nothing more than that, because I have a hard time with saying no to things that I probably shouldn't have to do. And I'm also really bad at not putting too much on my plate. I definitely am somebody who will take on anything and everything that I have to or think I have to in order to make other people happy, because that's what makes me happy, is when other people are happy. But I do have to put me first sometimes, and I think that this past week I really made sure to put me first and do what I need to do to start feeling like I can heal a little bit more from the issues that I've been dealing with in the last handful of months. I feel a lot better, so I think that going into this week I should be, you know, getting back on the horse at least a little bit, so we'll see how that goes. But thank you all so much for joining me today. If you guys did enjoy this video in some capacity, I would appreciate it if you left me a thumbs up. And if you haven't already and you'd like to be and would like to see more content like this, go ahead and hit the button down below and subscribe to become an owlet in our flock. And I will see all of you guys in my next video. Bye guys.